Hi, today I'm going to be showing you objects. And you might have noticed that we're not in BlueJ today, but in another programming IDE, which is Jeroo. Well, Jeroo isn't actually an IDE, but it's more of a teaching tool. So its whole entire purpose is to teach object-oriented programming. So I'm going to be using it to teach you guys objects. So let's get started. So as you can see, just like in Java, we have our main method. So what this does is it gives you these little things called Jeroos, which you can see this little guy here. He's a square with a little arrow on him, and they move around this island, this grid island, and you can get them to perform tasks and stuff. And you can actually download a folder with a whole bunch of tasks that you can program and get them to do. I'll put a link for Jeroo and the task thing in the description, but let's get started. So first thing we have to do to make an object is we have to what kind of object it is. So Jeroo, it's a Jeroo object, so it's similar to a variable. Then we have to give it a name, and then we have to set it equal to a new Jeroo. Okay, and then we're going to pass in some stuff. Like in the last tutorial, in the methods tutorial, I showed you that some things can have stuff passed into them. So objects can have that too, but it's a little bit different for objects. I'll show you that in the classes tutorial. But anyway, so we have to create a Jeroo. He's going to be at square 0, and he's going to have 100 flowers. So those are what those three parameters are. And now that we have our Jeroo, we can get him to hop. So our Jeroo is called J, so we can go j.hop, and that will call the hop method inside of the Jeroo class. And a class is just like it just has like a whole bunch of methods and stuff that you can use. But I'll show you a class in the next tutorial. But we're just calling the hop method on the Jeroo, so you can hop now. So we can go back, and we can play, and he hops, right? So, I guess I'll make this Jeroo write the first initial letter in my name. So I'll go like this to get it to hop. So I'll just copy this a couple times. So as you can see, whenever we do j.hop, it calls a hop method, and he hops for us. So there's other methods too that this Jeroo has, but hopefully this will even further solidify the idea of methods and objects for you guys. But look at actually we want to do hop plant. So plant. Okay. Control C. Also, Jeroo I think is a bit nice because it has a kind of an ID, or you can actually see what's going on. So now he's going to move along, he's going to plant some flowers, and then he's going to hop. Okay, and I'm going to get him to turn around. So I'm going to get Jeroo dot turn. Oh yeah, turn, and then this takes in a parameter as well. It takes in what direction he's going in. So left. Oh, and this has to be in all caps. Left. So, like in our program, that may be a string or something, and then the method will perform an action based on what that value is set to, or is the value that's passed in. I mean, so Jeroo that turn left, and we're going to have him do that twice, so he makes a full 180-degree turn, and then we're going to get him to hop backwards. Like this. Okay. Hop, 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 turn. Okay. And then I'm going to get him to turn left, I think. This always confuses me, the directions. So he's moving, then he turns. Okay, and then we're going to go get him to hop and plant again. So we'll just go like this, and like this. Control V, Control V. Okay, and we'll just run this again. And also you can change the speed here, so if we want to go like super fast, we can go like G, and then just get him to turn again. And Control C. So, like, I guess an analogy here is, let's say like an object could be like a character in a game, right? And then the methods you'd use to control the character in the game. So let's say if a player hits an up key, then you'd call or if the player hits yeah, I guess the up key or something like that, then he's gonna perform some task like move up, or if it's a left arrow key, move left or something like that. So that's what object would be. But it also, yeah. So just having like a actual thing on the screen that you can see, it makes it much easier to explain, I guess. Okay, so that's why we're in Jeroo, because it'd be a bit more abstract to kind of explain it in Java, because we wouldn't have this nice interface. And if I did do this, I have to do J panels and stuff, and I made a wrong turn. Let's make it a right turn. Caps. Oh, oops. Okay, hopefully we'll be on the right track now. Okay, so as you can see, I have a horribly made J there. So just finish this off, and we'll go Control V, and we'll go like dish, and like dish. Okay, and we'll just copy that again. Okay, and backwards, and we'll play it. Okay, it goes up. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to turn all this crap into one line of code. Okay, so you can just go Control C, then we can go into Jeroo method, and we can go method. Oh yeah, this has to be lowercase. So you can go method J, and then just give it some empty parameters and some curly braces, and then we just have to copy and paste all of this stuff down in here, and then if you go like this, oops, Control Z. If we go J.J, it should run all that code for us. Okay, oh yeah, we have to get rid of all the J's here. So just a minute. Pause this. Okay, I'm back, and I fixed everything up. So in here, everything had the .j in front of it, and whenever you make a method in Jeroo, whenever you call a method in Jeroo, it always implies that the object that it's being called by is that's what all those methods will be run by. So I had the J already there, so it didn't like that, but I got rid of them now. And then I just had to change the name because I couldn't have method J and just a object named J, but we won't have those problems in Java. But anyways, so as you can see, all those lines of code were turned into one single line in our main method, and all that stuff's all in here. So instead of having to write all of this stuff out, now all you have to write is this one single line of code to get all of that. So now if I run this, perfect. And if I want to make another J, it's going to make a really messed up thing. Let's copy and paste this a whole bunch of times. Have no idea. This is going to make a really screwed up pattern. Turn to speed 6, see what he does. Okay, he goes off the world into the water and dies. But before doing that, he makes a cool little pattern with his flowers. Okay, well, that's it for this tutorial, and we probably won't go back into Jeroo. Well, we might, but anyway, so hopefully this has helped you, showing you methods in kind of a practical way, which I couldn't have easily done in BlueJ or Java, because I would have had to get an IDE and stuff. I would have had to have JPanels and stuff. But anyways, that's all. And I might show you a I might just go and get a program that I made out just to show you. So just okay. So that's all for these videos. Please like and subscribe if you would like more of these videos. Yes, and don't forget to comment if you see any errors or anything. So thank you for watching, and bye.